Do you know how to tie your shoes? Well, most people do, but today we're going to talk about the history of shoes and their shoelaces that come along with them, how to tie your shoes, and the benefit to society. Ooh. Most people learn at a young age how to tie their shoes, but not everybody, because at one point your parents get tired of tying your shoes for you. So then they just send you off on your own. But I learned that shoes go way farther than I thought they did, especially with their shoelaces. Back all the way to 2000 BC, according to tedandlemon.com. Shoes were needed in their shoelaces for Roman soldiers so that then they could keep their ankles stable. And that's just not possible without shoelaces. They used a shoe called the caligae, and it has their shoelaces and it wraps all the way around their ankles so that then they're stable. And that's just not possible without shoelaces. So now we're going to be looking at how to tie your shoes. And according to T.O. and me, the first step is to make an X. Then you wrap it under, pull it tight until you don't feel any pain because you don't want it to be painful. Then you make one ear, wrap this around, push it through that hole, and then yank that tight too. Make sure it's not too tight because you still want it to be comfortable because that's how shoes are. Then you don't want it to be falling off, so you got to tie it again. Do basically the same thing. Get your two ears, put it together like that, make another X just like the beginning, and put it back through the hole, and then tie it tight. That one you can pull pretty tight because it doesn't actually touch your foot. So now we're going to be looking at the benefits. You don't want your shoes falling off your feet, do you? Because then they can't look all cool. And shoes are pretty cool. So you got to tie them tight. Otherwise, you'll be falling off on the way down the street. You also could trip. It is a serious hazard to be walking with your shoelaces untied. You could break something in your body, maybe tear a muscle, all because of your shoelaces not being tied. And nobody wants that to happen to them. Shoelaces also add a nice pop of color to any shoes that you want. As you see right here, you can add any color: green, white, yellow, pink, blue, any color you want to your shoes. If you got a plain, boring shoe like this, like a white shoe, you can add pink, green, or blue. According to express.com, shoelaces also help for a way better fit. You can tie them tight, and then they add a lot of comfort to your shoes and hug your shoes beautifully, like a kiss on your foot. Today we talked about the history of shoes with the Roman soldiers, how to tie your shoes, just in case you didn't learn when you were at a young age, and the hazards and dangers of not tying your shoes and keeping them tied. Well, I hope that if you weren't taught at a young age and your parents didn't do their job, you now know how to tie your shoes. Thank you.